I'm really blessed I had such a great father. You know, I was raised by my daddy and my mother. I guess I would say never let anyone, it's something another woman friend of mine, Joy, told me, never let anyone take you off your square. And if it feels uncomfortable, then you are probably not in the right place. You know, just don't sell your soul. You know, and men and women do this. You know, I would say even to young boys. I've seen young boys get turned out in this industry too. Like, don't think about yourself at 18 and 20. Think about how you want to be looked at when you're in your 50s and 60s. I've been that serious for such a long time. Like, anything I've done, I've thought about, well, what are my kids gonna think? You know, what are they gonna say when I'm, you know, gone? And so you don't want your legacy to be like, oh yeah, I know women who have those reputations and they know, oh well, yeah, she got that because. You never want someone to be able to say that you got that because you opened up your legs to somebody else. You always want it to be, well, she's just undeniable. You can't deny her talent. It's hard though. You know, I remember little stupid things that happened when I used to have managers back in the day, and they would say little comments about what I would wear. I remember even one of my managers asked me if I was gonna cover up my scar. I have a big scar on my face, had it my whole life. And I was like, never. When a man starts telling you what the hell to put on, then you should exit the room. Like, no man should be giving you advice. Come to a sister, someone older than you, and say, what do you think about this? I have a show, and this is what I'm wearing. What do you think? Don't ask a man, because a man have you naked. And the thing is, if you are naked, at least do it on your own terms. Like for my Black on my Rock shows, my rock and roll shows, I'm wearing sexy ass clothes. You know, I made a decision as a woman that I wasn't gonna cover up my body anymore. I used to, big t-shirts and baggy jeans, and because I wanted to be taken seriously on the mic, and the brothers wouldn't listen because they too busy looking at my clothes and my body. And so I covered it up. And so I finally like showed it. They're like, oh, Jessica, there's a body in there, you know? But I hid it for a long time. You have to be careful, you know, and women out here get hurt, you know, so just putting yourself in situations where you don't feel comfortable. You know, I have male friends that are my friends, that have my back. I would say get a male friend that you're not sleeping with and bring them to some meetings with you. I mean, guys, male promoters treat you differently. And I've had to check a lot of promoters, want to call me sweetheart, like shit like that. It's just small little things. Oh, hi, sweetheart. I'm like, don't call me that. Yeah, I'm not your sweetheart. I'm not kissing you. You giving me a check, and I'm showing up to something. The club scene is not my world. I've made my living in intelligent environments. So I've had my living with festivals, women's studies departments, English departments, universities and colleges, thinking people, reading people. I've set myself apart from like just being like an artist, you know, at a club, trying to make the club rock. This is what I'm doing now with Talib. It's really different for me, and I make less money, to be quite honest. The living I'm used to making, I couldn't make just in clubs. I would say, you know, fine, I tell women artists now who have already had a career, like build a curriculum around yourself. What's your curriculum? What has been your art? What's your art been about? Build a curriculum and get it in front of a women's studies department. Position yourself to be taught in classrooms. You gotta bring the intelligence, because no one's gonna be thinking about intelligence when it comes to you and you're a woman and your woman voice. But that has sustained me. Like, that's why I'm still here. Otherwise, if I was just doing the typical thing, I could have been not talked about. And I don't know how I'm still here, to be honest. I mean, I'm making a living off poetry. And it's a magical, beautiful life, and it's not easy, but it's because, you know, people respect the work.
I grew up in Bed-Stuy, New York, the home of Biggie, the home of Jay-Z, you know, the home of Fabo. And it was a hopeless environment, but you can see the successes that have come.
I don't want to hear about it 6 months from now, talking about what that you want to get it done. Just actually do it.
Every 45 minutes, go in the studio. It's like, yo, Rich, think you can make that run?
I wanted to sing, but I wanted to rap, and I wore a suit in church, but I wore these Adidas with Run DMC. You know?